hate fun, son. Nothing else in the world smells like that. I love the smell of napalm in the morning.
An iconic line from an actor with a historic career who has ties to the Lou. Tonight, tributes for Robert Duvall, who died Sunday night at 95 years old. His decades-long career saw him in many different films, including To Kill a Mockingbird, The Godfather, and so many more. But before he was on the big screen, part of Duvall's journey took place right here in St. Louis. Duvall moved to St. Louis as a teenager to attend Principia boarding school in Town and Country, and later graduated from Principia College, which is in Elsa, Illinois, near Grafton. Duvall's legacy at the college continues to live on, as the school's theater is named after him. And as you can see right here, Duvall also has a spot on the St. Louis Walk of Fame along Delmar Boulevard in the Loop.